So I've just done an emergency cut of my air layer of the Blue Atlas Cedar because I noticed it was crisping up, and that's because in the winter my moss ball burst through the plastic and it's been too hot, and I didn't fix it, and it's just been dried out. So I have been in the garden a lot, so this literally happened today, and actually it suggests to me a good sign that it is living off of the moss ball rather than the rest of the tree, which is in perfect health. So it's clearly in severe shock, so I'm just going to plump it straight into some soil, keep it very watered, and see if it's not too late. So I feel a bit bad rushing this, but it does have roots. So this might die. That's because I didn't pay attention to it. I didn't fix the broken plastic on the root ball, and I should have. And that's just me being lazy. But it has rooted. This root has been there for ages, and I always assumed it was the moss. That's been there ages. And then we can see some there. So now that actually looks fairly hardened, lignified, but I'm not gonna mess with this root ball, so I'm just gonna stick it in the soil as it is. I've got some Johnny Nis number 2, which I think will probably be okay. So there we are. Amazing. So the moral of this story is, don't use ASOS packaging to wrap your moss on your air layer, and use something thicker like Peter Chan does, Akadama bags. So I just plonked that in, and I haven't really worried about the planting angle, so I might regret that later, but I just panicked. And it's getting dark. So there it is in the soil, in contrast to the lower section. You can see that it's yellowed, but there's still a lot of good needles on there. So I think that might just be a stress response where it's dropped a load of needles, and hopefully that will recover. So I'm going to put that in the shade and say a little prayer. So the interesting thing to note, I think, here at this point is there were roots, and I think those roots were there last summer, because that red thing I just thought was a bit of moss, and that was a root that had come out. So there's my top with quite an interesting twist in it. So that twisting I was able to do, whereas this is pretty straight because it was too stiff when I bought it. However, yeah, so that what I will probably do now is air layer this if I've got time this year. I could do it now. Do an air layer in the middle there somewhere. Now that I know it works. Well, now that I've proved I can be successful, let's have another go. And then let's hope this one comes back.